we were just having a discussion during the break about how tired I look, considering I'm down here in Florida, which is in its own way tiring. I'm in really, honestly, I'm in Floribama. I'm not in what you think of. When most people think of Florida, they really do think of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, probably, unfortunately, Mar-a-Lago. I often think of Key West because of the movie Running Scared with Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines, which, one of my favorites of all time. It's one of my, like, happy, happy, joy, joy movies. Like, I can put that
I've got to
on.
see that one again.
It's just so good. And, God bless Gregory Hines, rest in peace. He is one of the single most talented people to ever walk the earth, both as a dancer and as an actor, and just as his charming personality, his naturalistic acting. He is one of my heroes, always has been. He and Jerry Reed, in a lot of ways, are these guys who you put in a movie, and even though they supposedly come from a background that's not acting, just eat the lunch of all the trained actors around them because they're just so relaxed on screen. They're just so them. And from, Wolfen to History of the World Part 1 to White Knights to Running Scared, Gregory Hines is,
He was in Wolfen?
yeah. With,
Wow.
yeah, he was, and he was in Deal of the Century. Remember let me give you a little touch up on your flame job. I mean, come on. So, anyways, I watch Running Scared and enjoy it, and so I often think of, being in Key West. I picture, Key West. Thank you, Norman. Norman saying you look marvelous, Hal, as always. Well, thank you. I do look a little bit tired. I understand that, but I'm running myself a bit ragged right now. But I am in Floribama right now in Tallahassee for the Southern Shakespeare Festival, and I am going to be performing Malvolio in 12th Night, the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, down here in Tallahassee. And if you want to watch it, it will be live streamed on the 7th. So I will do my best to not slip into Alec Guinness during the show, because the most famous version of it, although Stephen Fry has done a wonderful job on it, I believe Sir John Gielgud played it at one point, but Sir Alec Guinness doing it is the one that always stuck in my mind before I was cast to play this. So I've got a bit of him, running in my voice. It's very hard sometimes not to slip into your Alec Guinness and begin to speak this way, my friend. It's no use, Luke. You'd have been killed too, and the droids would now be in the hands of the Empire. These blast marks, too precise for sand people, even though the rest of the movie, the stormtroopers can't hit the broadside of a barn. Never mind the fact they're shooting down a corridor and miss people. Just don't get me started. But
You appear started.
I what?
You appear started.
What? How
You
do you
said,
mean?
don't get me started.
Oh,
was
yes,
like,
I
think
am
you're
started on it. It is right. Yes, I do have the illusion of being started around me. So anyways, I'm down here doing that, and if you wish to watch it, it's southernshakespearefestival.org has all the information on it, and they have a lovely drawing of me as Malvolio, which is like a classic old art photo, or art drawing of like a 1960s Shakespeare poster, which I love, and if anyone gets that tattoo, God help you. Thank you, Aggie. So, and by the way, worldwide, you can watch this because we are mega worldwide. You can actually watch this performance on the 7th. So, very excited about that. And then, of course, rushtix.com. I'm doing a comedy show on May 14th. So tickets are on sale for that as well. Look at me doing real ads for myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn eventually. I'll get this down. I stink at it. I'm really bad at it. I know a lot of people are way better at it. I'm always impressed. But the right is, and watch how I bring this all home. The right is very good at it. The right is very good at exploiting both YouTube and Twitch and other sites and paying for their stuff through product placement, running ads, getting sponsors, getting advertisers, and flat out having memberships. Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, all these guys have their own membership groups. They charge admission for these kind of things. and they've been doing this for a while. And if you look at the how well they're doing, because these guys are all millionaires now. They have, over the Trump years and leading up to it, all have become multi-millionaires. Legit multi-millionaires, meaning they own a house, they probably have a studio they go to work at, Glenn Beck millionaires. They have investments, they're buying property, they're putting money into retirement accounts and all this. Not fake billionaires where your debt overwhelms the money you have coming in 10 to 1 or 50 to 1 in some cases in the Trump organization. And Donald Trump and his family are looking to get in on that. So there's been some talk about, we talked about Flank earlier, the Mike Lindell. I almost caught myself. I was about to say the Mike Lindell social media network, which is, according to him, like YouTube meets Twitter, and yet with more freedom, unless you want to say Jesus the Nazarene with an exclamation point. Or some sort of, I don't know what emojis are on and off limits. I'm guessing before they're done, the eggplant and the water droplet one will not be allowed. Just saying. I think they will. The peach one will be cast out as filth. I think the donut or bagel one will absolutely be right out. I mean, there's a series of them that my guess there'll be a list of unusable emojis on Flank at some point. But Trump and his family have been talking about a social media network of their very own. No word on the name. I think Trumpster is obviously a possibility. If obviously calling it the Donald, do you have an account on the Donald would be part, that would work. It's obviously ridiculous, but sure. Is it any more ridiculous than Frank? And I would argue no. So why are they doing this? Are they doing this because they care about free speech, or that are they going to start this organization, this whatever it is? If Flank is YouTube meets Twitter, is Trumpster going to be Facebook meets VK? VK is the Russian Facebook, but just in case you don't know. I
didn't know.
Yeah, I've streamed on VK because it's an available thing on Restream, and I'm like, that'd be crazy. Why don't I only have it gives me 4 stations I can use, and I'm only using 3. So why not, right? So, so sometimes I stream on VK. It's one of the other ways that we're, and when I am streaming on VK, there are more marches on the streets in Russia. Coincidence? I think not. But let's say Trump.
I hope so.
Yes, say Trumpster, when it opens, when it launches or whatever, and is going to be and is related to the fact that we are seeing these repeated videos, and I've done a couple of them on my regular live stream over the last little bit, where Don Jr. is doing these little 3-minute, 4-minute videos, and he's posting them on Rumble. Now, my guess is that Trump or someone makes a licensing deal that's not unlike what they do with buildings with Rumble, which is one of the sites where it's where Dan Bongino posts most of his show, and where you'll find Dominant Silk now, and where Don Jr. posts his accounts. Where Rumble exists, and then there's BitChute, which is, if you really want to lose faith in humanity, BitChute's where you go. It's where legit Nazis can YouTube, essentially. Legit, like straight up white supremacists. And don't get me wrong, it's a full service offensive service, because there are black supremacists as well, and Asian supremacists. There's fewer of them, but it's a demographic thing more than anything. And there's anti-vaxxers and all that. I mean, it is really, BitChute is the violent underbelly of streaming and video posting that Flank seeks to be. So in many ways, it might be that the Trump organization just reaches a licensing agreement, if passed as prologue, with Rumble or with BitChute or with HugeTube, which, yeah, UGETUBE dot something or other. You can. I'm not sending you there. Yes, someone's asking in the chat room. Gigi's asking about Chatdit. Chatdit is Diamond and Silk's own social media network that they have, which is members only, and I think costs money. I don't know. I haven't signed up for it because I have no interest in giving them my email address.
Those are the ladies that got banned from Fox News.
Yes, those very ones. The Diamond and Silk. I mean, they're a joy. I'm glad they exist. If only, I suppose, for Frangela to have like a guaranteed draw of sketches that they can do for Sexy Liberal, because these women are insane and they're absurd, and they're supposed to represent the Blexit movement, the black exit from the Democratic Party. We have no information that would make us believe in any way that they were legitimate Democrats to start with, that they didn't always lean Republican in their belief systems, that they weren't, always. I haven't read the book. I'm not about to, because I have no interest. I have, I have a child, so there's only so much time you can waste on folks that are that far off the deep end. But the Trump organization, more than likely, is going to enter into some sort of licensing agreement. My guess would be for Rumble or a sort of swiping of BitChute, because that's what'll happen. Everybody on BitChute will jump over to the Trumpster one. But my belief is, and we got to take a break, but I wanted to tell everybody that maybe leaning towards, and I signed up for a Frank account, or I attempted to. Then I got rebuffed.
Why?
I don't know. I got once I filled out all my stuff, when I hit sign up, it went to a sort of 404 not found kind of a page, but not even that much. It was just kind of like something not specified, tiny little text, upper left corner, blank page. So really low res for supposedly being something he worked on for 4 years and cost him millions of dollars. That said, there is a very strong chance, and I know you're going to hate to hear this, Republicans, maggots, and Trumpsters, there is a very strong chance that Mike Lindell is just trolling you for your phone number. That you have to enter a cell phone number, and it has to be a legit one because they text you a code and you have to text it back, as part of their way of doing it. That he's just gathering stuff for his mystore.com thing so that he can sell you stuff. And if you truly believe in the American capitalist system of old, you have a moral obligation to sign up for Frank and give him your information, and also send money to Donald Trump right now. We'll be back right after this.